I'm Jason McGee, Chief Architect for Pure Application System. I'm really excited today to have the opportunity to give you guys a tour of our new IBM PureSystems family of expert integrated systems. IBM PureSystems are designed to be the easiest to use, best integrated and optimized systems for running your critical business applications. PureSystems are optimized private clouds with a self-service user interface. So I'm going to act as a member of the application team and start out by deploying an application. Once I'm logged into the system, I can simply go to the Patterns menu, select one of the pre-built patterns, and deploy my application. Here I have a pattern for a day trading application that I want to deploy. When I open up this pattern, you can see that my application is defined with a simple set of components. I don't have to worry about the complexities of operating systems or middleware or any of the complex topologies that are normally required when you deploy an application. I can simply specify the components of my application and click Deploy. So let's do that. If I close the pattern, click on the Deploy menu, I get asked for a few simple questions about my network and about the priority of this application for my business. I answer those questions, hit OK, and the deployment will start. Now, that deploy is going to take a few minutes, so let's go give you a tour of the system while we're doing it. IBM PureSystems provide integrated networking, storage, and compute in one pre-optimized system. At the top of the rack, we have our IBM System Networking top-of-rack switch. The switch provides 10 gigabit Ethernet connectivity within the rack and 1, 10, or 40 gigabit connectivity to your existing data center network. Next, we have our V7000 storage system. The V7000 is a fully virtualized storage subsystem. We've loaded it with a balanced mix of hard disk and solid-state disk. At the bottom of the rack, we have 3 of our brand new Flex System chassis. The chassis provides an optimal configuration with high performance and reliability for hosting the compute within the rack. The Flex System chassis is the only modular chassis architecture that allows us to host mixed compute nodes like Intel and Power, storage, and expansion nodes all in one chassis. Now let's check out another configuration. In this configuration, you can see that we have a mix of Intel and Power compute nodes within the chassis. We also can host storage directly within the chassis as well. So the Flex System chassis provide the ability to optimize the system for the workloads that you're running on them. Now let's take a look at the back of the system. IBM PureSystems come fully racked and cabled from the IBM factory. Setting up a Pure System is as easy as plugging in 8 cables. 4 power cables into the floor, 4 network cables into the top-of-rack switch, and power the system on. You can have an application up and running in as little as 4 hours on a Pure System. If we look at the back of the rack, you can see our 10 gigabit Ethernet networking throughout the rack for IP connectivity, industry standard fiber channel from the servers all the way to the storage in the V7000. All of the components in the system are redundant. Redundant fans, redundant switches, management modules, and power supplies ensure the system keeps running in the event of hardware failures. All of the components can be easily swapped while the system is in use. We've also made sure that system capacity upgrades can be handled easily while the system is in use as well. Let's go see how that happens. All that's needed to upgrade the system is to simply insert some new compute nodes into the chassis, like this. That's it. The system will automatically detect the new resources, add it to the available resource pools, and start using it for your application. Replacing a failed component is just as easy. Now let's take a look at the management tools that you can use to manage the rack. PureSystems provide a simple yet powerful single management interface for the entire system. I can go back to the same console that I showed you before to manage the system. This is the infrastructure view. It provides a rack-accurate view of the real-time status of the system, including performance, LEDs, temperatures, fans, all of the information you need to understand the health of the system. You can click directly on the components and manage and monitor each of the individual elements of the system. PureSystems also provide integrated monitoring, all the way from the lowest level hardware components through the middleware and up into your application. You can get report views like this that show you resource allocation in the system over the last 30 days. these views provide you powerful insight into the performance and usage of your system. PureSystems even simplify maintenance of the system. We provide a single signed firmware update for the rack that allows you an appliance-like interaction where we take care of how to update all of the components and you have a simple interface to keep the system healthy and up to date. Now that you can see how powerful PureSystems can really be, let's check in on that application we deployed in the beginning. You can see here that the application is up and running now in minutes. But you know, deploying an application is only the start. Once an application is up and running, it needs to be maintained and updated, it needs to handle failures, it needs to be able to respond to changes in demand on the application. You need to be able to get insight into how it's performing. PureSystems provide all of these capabilities for your application automatically. While your application is running, PureSystems automatically monitor the application. They detect failures, they automatically help recover the failure. Whether it's a hardware level failure or a software or middleware level failure, PureSystems automatically keep your application running. They're constantly monitoring for changes in demand and can grow and shrink your application elastically so that it has the right amount of resources to handle the demands placed on that application. There's so much more I could show you, but I'm out of time. Thanks for joining me here in the PureSystems Development Center for a tour of our brand new IBM PureSystems Expert Integrated Systems.